What's going on, people? CP3 live from the lab, talking Redskins schedule. The NFL schedule just dropped about an hour ago. I said it's been quiet, nothing really going on. We got the draft a couple of weeks ago. We broke down. We've been breaking down free agency. Now, why not come on and talk about this schedule that just dropped? Got a lot going on. First of all, I hope everybody's being safe during this pandemic and everything. Being safe, keeping your hands and clean, and sanitizing everything. And if you checked out my page, we got the True Radio Network Sports on the Hill podcast face mask. If you want to be a part of the movement and help support the movement, feel free to inbox me. We can get some of those face masks out to you. We just in a crazy time right now, and this schedule is pending. Things go well, and we can get back to normal. It's a tentative schedule. Hopefully, we do get football this year. That's been a lot of There's been a lot of questions about that. I've been getting a lot of questions. Everybody's concerned that we do need some type of sports. We're missing baseball season, hockey playoffs, basketball playoffs. This is some unheard of situation that we're going through right now. And being Sports on the Hill podcast brings you the best DC sports coverage around. It's been kind of quiet for the last 2 months with no sports to talk about. So I'm glad you tuned in tonight. I know everybody's anxious to talk about this schedule. So you can hit me up on the Facebook Live. I'm going to try to click back and forth to answer any questions, comments, or whatever. But let's go ahead and start breaking this thing down. As all the fans are, I'm not going to say all fans, most fans are, anxious to see what this season is going to bring with Ron Rivera taking over. The draft that we just had, that if you tuned in a couple of weeks ago, Dujane and myself broke down every player that they drafted, all the unsigned, undrafted free agents, talked about the Trent Williams situation. So we can honestly say that they're starting out on a fresh page with a new coach, Ron Rivera, who has a great track record of being able to take a team from 2-14 to a Super Bowl appearance, which he did with Carolina. So I'm hoping he can do the same thing here. I have faith that he will do that, especially bringing in Jack Del Rio, who helped him build that team up in Carolina. Del Rio went over to Denver after that, but we know those two can work well together. They're on the same page. They have a good philosophy, and I feel like they have the team's best interest at heart. No egos involved. Everything should, run like a well-oiled NFL franchise, which we haven't had here, had that feeling here for a while. So let's hope with this draft, with the talent, with the new mindset, with the new coaching, with actually a coach that has NFL coaching experience, that knows how to strategize, knows how to call plays, knows how to stick to the run, and knows how to be a true NFL head coach, and knows how to adapt his team to his playbook and not try to adapt his playbook to his team. Well, I said that backwards. Knows how to adapt his playbook to his team and not try to adapt his team to his playbook, because we've seen that not work too well with the Jay Gruden experiment. It went totally wrong. But like I said, better things ahead. Let's get into this schedule. First week, Philadelphia. That's kind of stings a little bit because we remember what happened the last time we played Philly week 1 and they won a damn Super Bowl. So we're definitely hoping for a better trend this year. It's a 1 o'clock start at home. So we're hoping the Skins can start the season off in the right way with a win at home against a division rival and against a team that most say are going to be fighting for the division title. Second game, we have, what is that? The Rams new logo. Wow, I didn't even peep that. Rams, that's going to be an interesting game. You got Sean McVay, you got the Rams coming off of a down season in their eyes, being that they went to the Super Bowl the year before. That's going to be interesting. Oh, no, I skipped over. I'm sorry. I'm going the wrong way. Let's go back. I didn't even look at my own notes. September 20th at Arizona. We heard about the DeAndre Hopkins trade. They had a good draft, I feel. That's going to be interesting matchup. Two young teams trying to find their way. Kyler Murray, Kyler Murray, I'm not even sure of his first name. Their quarterback will be in the second year, trying to get things going in the right direction for them also. So it's definitely going to be. I'm not even going to do any predictions right now because it's too early. I haven't even done OTAs, no cuts, no nothing. We'll get into predictions later on. That's even if we have a season. Got the Cardinals next. Then we have, I believe that is Cleveland. Yeah, that's right. We play the AFC North. That's right. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a nice division to play against because they have some teams that's on the rise. They're known for defense, and well, Cleveland is Cleveland, but they're building, and we're going to see what they're going to do. I saw Odell Beckham made a statement that this year would be his breakout year for them, and he would, help spur that team and that offense. So all we can do is wait and see with that. Then October 4th, we have the Baltimore Ravens. Now that's going to be a tough one because Lamar Jackson is the truth. That team is definitely a Super Bowl contender, and it's at home. So hopefully the home crowd will be there rooting them on, and hopefully can make it a game and they don't get embarrassed by their high-powered offense and their revamped defense. Next, then you have the LA Rams. As I mentioned earlier, they're looking to rebound. They've made some changes. They don't have Gurley anymore. I haven't really looked at their team, so I'm not sure who their running back is. Chime in. I'm going to switch back to the feed in a second. I'm going over the schedule now, so feel free to chime in. I always go back and go over the comments after I finish doing my thing. Next, we got on October 18th, you got at New York Giants. We're going to see how that goes. Both teams are rebuilding. Both teams are slated to finish at the bottom of the division. So, division game, Giants always tough. I always say a lot of folks hate the Cowboys or say the Cowboys are the biggest rival. I don't look at the Giants as the biggest rival. I look at the Giants as the biggest headache for the Redskins because no matter how good or bad their team is, they always give the Redskins, a hard time and find a way to win. So division games always going to be a battle. So let's go. Then we have October 25th, Dallas Cowboys hosting. They've definitely made some moves, drafting the wide receiver. Picked up Andy Dalton. Dak signed his franchise tender. Defense, Dujanay spoke about it over and over again. They have a quality defense. Might not be too flashy, might not be at the top of the league numbers wise, but they're definitely a quality defense. And rival game, the hated Cowboys. So that's definitely going to be a good one. After that, after that they have the Giants 2 out of 3 weeks. That's wild. Then they have the Giants the week after that, November 8th, 1 o'clock. I've never seen they do that. Division games 2 out of 3 back out of the same team. But it is what it is. We know how they do the Redskins with the schedule. This is one of the tougher schedules in the league for a team that went 3-13. We've said this over and over again when this team has had a losing record or a subpar season that for some reason they always have a tougher schedule. They're playing the AFC North and the NFC West, 2 of the better divisions in football. So it is what it is. And on my birthday, November 15th, at Detroit, this is always an interesting matchup for the Redskins ever since they lost to the Lions when they were about to go 0-16 for the second year in a row. I'm thinking the Redskins by this time should have some chemistry on offense. The defense should be filling itself out and knowing where it is and be able to hopefully dictate, getting off the field on third downs, getting pressure on the quarterback, stopping the run, all the things that we saw the defense not be able to do for a whole 4 quarters. We're hoping this year, if there is a season, that we will see a full 4 quarters of football, a better conditioned team, a team that isn't always injured, and a team that can actually, produce with the talent that they have on the field, because the team has talent. It just has to stay healthy, execute, and produce on the field, which is what a coach's job is. And As I mentioned before, I think Ron Rivera is the right guy for the job to make that happen. The following week, the 22nd of November, they're playing Cincinnati. They just, first number one pick with a new quarterback, Joe Burrow. So that's going to be interesting. They've made some changes. Like I said, I haven't looked at all the other teams and see the changes of free agency and draft and all of that. So, like I said, it's just a preliminary, quick once over the schedule. Nothing too, in detail, in depth. Just some of my thoughts and some of your thoughts when I get to them in the comments section. The next game, Thanksgiving, Redskins Cowboys at Dallas. I'm gonna say I'm going to enjoy Thanksgiving because it's always a decent game. I'm not going to say good game because Redskins haven't been winning a lot on Thanksgiving against the Cowboys, but it should be a good game. Division rivals, hungry defense. Cowboys with the potent offense and their quality defense. Hopefully, it should be a good game and we can enjoy our Thanksgiving dinner watching the Redskins beat up on the Cowboys. Excuse me. Following week at Pittsburgh. I have a lot of Pittsburgh fans, so I know there's going to be a lot of trash talking. And Pittsburgh is a quality team as always in Super Bowl talks. Have a quality franchise. Excuse me, a quality defense. Offense, Ben's getting a little bit older, but we're going to see what it do. Next up, December 13th at San Francisco. Whew, that's going to be an interesting game with Chase Young going up against Trent Williams, Kyle Shanahan, playing against his old team. Just came from the Super Bowl, a lot of storylines in that game. And I know we'll definitely be tuned in and definitely talk about it. And hopefully it'll be a decent game and maybe even the Redskins can pull it out on the road against the NFC champions. Next game is December 20th versus Seattle. We already know the history with this team with Seattle going back to, I know Arun's probably going to enjoy this, going back to the RG3 days and the playoff appearance. So that's definitely going to be interesting. I saw Seattle was in the works of re-signing Marshawn Lynch. They're negotiating. I didn't see anything come across the day that they signed, but that's the word. The 27th of December, you got Carolina. Ron Rivera gets to go up against his old team. And, he's definitely going to want to win that game. And hopefully the Redskins do. And the last game of the season, they start out the season, the first game against the Eagles, and they finish the season against the Eagles January 3rd at 1 o'clock at Philadelphia. And that's the 2020 schedule in a nutshell. I'm not giving any predictions. I'm not one to do that, especially this early, but it's definitely going to be an interesting season if there is a season. Redskins, rebuilding, got a lot of firepower on defense. Hopefully they've drafted some talent on offense to change this team from an inconsistent, sputtering offense that didn't have an identity. But now with the draft picks and the undrafted free agents that they signed, I see a lot of speed, a lot of shiftiness, a lot of game-breaking talent that could help this team because we've seen this team over and over again in the past not be able to get explosive plays, and you can't go down the field 80 yards every time. You have to, sometimes get plays that, break the game open, that change the momentum, that, gives you that spark that helps the team go. And when that happens, it spurs everything. All three phases of the game of the team are working together as one. They're all executing, all playing well. And then that's just good football. And we all know that good football and winning cures all. Redskins fans have been very frustrated over the past 20 some odd years, going on 30 years almost 30 years since they won a Super Bowl. So I'm optimistic as always. I feel like this team is in a good position to, definitely improve upon the 3-13 season. I'm not sure what the record will be, but definitely, hopefully, prayingly that they win more than 3 games this year. If not, get another high draft pick, new college crop coming out, add more talent, add more depth to the team, and make it a better team. So hopefully the next year you won't be drafted in the top 10 in the first round. But don't want to look too far in the future. But I feel like this is definitely going to be an interesting team. I'm hoping for training camp because I definitely want to get down to Richmond and check them out firsthand. I was at last year's training camp with Jay for a couple of days. I would love to see Ron Rivera's style of camp because we saw Jay's style of camp, and it's always been, as we all feel, lackadaisical, not enough, emphasis on toughness and staying healthy and conditioning because all the injuries, muscle pulls, some of the injuries can't be avoided. Broken bones and, dislocations, ain't nothing you can train for that. That just happens. But hamstrings, quads, pulls and stuff like that, strains, that's conditioning. And with Rivera bringing in the training staff from Carolina that, he had before, they were known for, having healthy teams. And hopefully that can come over here, transfer over to the Redskins because I'm tired. Honestly, I'm tired of having 12, 13, 14 folks on the IR every year. You don't know what talent you have on your team when you constantly signing folks off the street, 6, 7 weeks into the season. They have to get acclimated to the team, to the playbook, and then you try to get them on the field. They make mistakes because, they don't know. They're learning. They're learning as they go. Even though they're veterans, they come into a new team, new scheme, new mindset, new players. It just doesn't work. We've seen that. So, in all, we have the early schedule. We got something to talk about. Tune in Monday night, Sports on the Hill podcast. We're going to break it down in depth. I'm going to see if I can get Janae or Diane to come on to break this schedule down a little bit more in depth with me because I know they've had their finger on the pulse of all the NFL teams. I've just been focused on the Redskins, but that's why we have the experts calling in because we can't do it all. We cover our DC teams with a passion, and we try to cover the whole league, but it's just so damn hard with all the sports that we cover and all the teams that we cover. But tune in Monday night. We're going to break it down. I'm going to break it down, or we're going to break it down. Then also tune in Tuesday night for True Talk, where we'll be talking about some of these situations that's going on with unarmed minority males, black males in particular, getting murdered by the police. I'm not really going to get into that now because we're talking Redskins, but make sure you tune in Monday and Tuesday night on, True Talk. True Talk. True Radio Network for Redskins on Monday and current events and politics on Tuesday. Stay tuned for more. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Who knows what we might do? We know we got Friday. We got No Spots Podcast with Ken and the Sith Lord breaking down wrestling. Thursday, Hurt's House. I'm not sure if he's doing the show next week. He probably will, but the schedule dropping, so you make sure you tune in for that. Wednesday, I'm thinking I might do a pop-up show Wednesday. I'm not sure yet with everything that's going on. I know True Talk is going to definitely break down this situation in Georgia and the other situation in Indianapolis that I just started reading up on. And this pandemic stuff, it's just so much going on. It's like we're in a bad movie right now. So just hopefully everybody keep your head up, stay strong, follow the rules, wash your hands, disinfect, wear the face mask, wear your gloves when you go out in public. They got stuff opening back up this weekend. Ocean City's opening back up. I don't understand why. Well, I understand why, but to me it doesn't make any sense. But if folks want to go out there and have fun, be safe. Hopefully they, wear the face mask or, try to be as clean and safe as possible. But the state of the country is right now, I don't even know. But I don't want to get off on a tangent here talking about that stuff. We've talking Redskins. I'm going to end it like that. Make sure y'all check out the website, SportsOTHP.com. Like I say, hit me up if you want the True Radio Network Sports on the Hill podcast face mask made out of bamboo, fabric, washable. I've been wearing it every day at work. No issues. So hit me up. CP3, live from the lab, Sports on the Hill podcast, True Radio Network, DC Sports Without the Politics. It's not just a catchphrase. It's not just a motto. It's what we do. CP3 live from the lab, and I'm out.